It's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News back at you with what's happening in the world of boxing today. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And yes, it is another day, another evening, another gracious Sunday evening where we get a that probably gonna work a little bit better. Now you can hear me. How y'all doing today? Good to be up in the building. Glad to be in here with everybody, Lottie Dottie. I'm gonna bring my guy, Mr. Will, in the building. How you doing today, Mr. Will?
All right, brother Jay, how you feeling, man?
And both hands, man. I'm blessed and no stress. How about that?
Sounds great. Sounds good. No
Yes,
doubt.
indeed. How was your weekend?
Hey, man, it was good. It was a good weekend. No
That's good,
complaint.
dude. There ain't no use of complaining, man. We just,
For
no
real.
matter what, we still got to deal with the situation, right?
That's so true. That's so true.
But let me bring Bruce up in here.
No
Hey,
problem.
Bruce, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Jay
All
Hardcore.
right, Bruce.
What's happening, brothers?
It's all good. Let me bring brother Marvin in here. What's up, brother Marvin?
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
All right,
Man,
Marv, what's happening?
Salute, brother Marvin.
All right, all
all love, man. We just doing the welcoming. You dig? I'm gonna go through the chat and see who we got in the building right now. First of all, we got Kareem Hassan. What's up? What's up? He said, I want in on this. All right. Well, if you look on the I pinned the link in the chat, Kareem Hassan. You're definitely old enough because I think you turned 65 on your last birthday. So I think you made it. I think you made it, man. You know I had to hit the bag about 65 times on your birthday, boy. I had to break it up in tens.
right.
Yes, indeed. We got Justin James up in here. What's up, Justin James? He said, peace and blessings, Jay Hardcore and the Hangout family. Blessings and pieces to you, my brother, as well. Showtime the guy. What's up, Showtime the guy? Good to see you. Yes, indeed. I know you.
Can't hear you, JR.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Jay.
There we
You
go.
muted. You
I dropped the mic, man, so I'm good. Now. Back. Okay.
You can't do that till the show's over, brother.
Huh?
When the show's over, then you can drop that mic. Not now.
That's how it worked. Okay. Well, I'm over 50, so I got the right to drop it when I want, man. All righty. Who else up in here, man? Let me check and see who else. Okay, we got my guy Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT. He said, Bruce Gas, salute to you, bro.
Salute,
all right.
bro.
We got Can't Get Right in the building. The Rise Podcast Senior All International Access Car. Something like that, man. The boy got about 15 names. You think he a Chinaman or something, man? I don't know.
Oh, one tongue too.
Hey, cut it out, yo. There used to be a story, man, that I loved when I was a kid. The name of the book was Tiki Tiki Timbo, No So Rimbo, Cherry Berry Rucci, Pip Perry Pimbo. Yes. Yeah. That was his name, and his brother name was Chang.
Wow.
His name was Tiki Tiki Timbo, No So Rimbo, Cherry Berry Rucci, Pip Perry Pimbo, and his brother name was Chang, because the first son was always the honorable son. So he got the long, illustrious name and everything. But it's a story that goes to it all. I ain't got time to tell y'all the whole story right now. It was one of my favorites when I was coming up as a kid, man. So you got some grandchildren or some children, read that book to them. It's called Tiki Tiki Timbo. Excellent book, man. Excellent book. It's about treating all your kids the same, basically. All righty. We got Tanya Vandross Williams Jr. in the building. She says, Sunday evening, everyone's Jay, Showtime the guy, Just Do, Thomas Hill, Ms. Joette, Justin James, Rise Family, GTD, Dangerous Young Man, Ariana, and Wims Old School Aaron. All righty. We got Tim Layton, hashtag JBT in the building. What's up? Hashtag JBT. That's my brother from another mother. We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Okay. He comes from Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you being back in the building. All righty. Let's see who else up in here. We got my guy, Scale Scrupatoy, hashtag FBA, hashtag SOC. We got Rodney Evans, a.k.a. Hot Rod. He back in the building. He said, OG Bruce, salute. All righty. Let me see who else we got up in here. We got Denario Spata. He said, much respect to the OGs. Okay. And yes, indeed, I want to welcome my esteemed panel. We got myself, we got Mr. Will, we got Marvin McDowell, and we got Bruce Gas. Yes, indeed. So far, we got a full house, and I'm pretty much sure there will be more to come. But you know what? We can just jump on out there, man. The title today is The Old Timers Will Discuss What Makes You the Face of Boxing. But before we get to that, man, I had a question that I always get different responses to, and I felt though there'd be a good question to ask you fellas. And that first question I would like to ask you all is this: what did the pound for pound person mean when you first heard about it back in the day? What did pound for pound mean to you back in the day? And what qualified a person to be pound for pound champ? Mr. Will, you was the first one in the building. You want to ask that one first?
Sure. Or what it really means is, say for instance, the guy could be a featherweight, but they saying if he was heavyweight or featherweight or whatever, they saying no matter what the weight class, he would be still considered the best in the game. You know.
Okay. So no matter what weight class, and let me ask you, who was your best pound for pound guy?
Ooh, that's a superb question, but that's in my lifetime.
Yeah, in your lifetime.
Got to see. I would have to say Hagler.
Okay. All righty. Our next person that was in the building was brother Marvin McDowell. Was Marvin in? No. Bruce, you was second one in the building. What does pound for pound mean to you?
Okay, when I was in my early years of boxing, I read Ring Magazine, Boxing Illustrated, KO. I mean, dude, that was what we did. Every boxing magazine available, we read. And pound for pound, as I interpreted originally, that's what they see. Joe Louis was the best, but Sugar Ray Robinson was the slickest, was the best boxer. And everybody said, what would happen if Joe Louis fought Sugar Ray Robinson? And I mean, that's not going to happen. You're talking about a middleweight against a heavyweight. So I think it was Ned Fleischer from Ring Magazine. He put together this hypothetical pound for pound boxer. And that would be somebody like Sugar Ray Robinson, where at any weight class, he would be outstanding. He was a knockout. He was a boxer. So that term, see, when I was getting into boxing, there was only one pound for pound in all of boxing. And you know, whether it be Roberto Duran at the time, maybe Leonard, maybe Thomas Hearns, whoever it would be, but they didn't have a top 10 list until later on, like in the 80s, they started putting, it became a very overused term. But originally, pound for pound, that was designated for the best boxer in the division, not a list of 10 of them. It was the one best boxer. Like back in the day, before I was born, Henry Armstrong would be pound for pound, no doubt about it. And see that, and that boxer would shine. See, and plus the pound for pound, I mean, we're going to get into the popularity thing, but see, you have to be good enough to be designated for something like this to be on a box of Wheaties. Now, could you see any fighter today being that popular where people are going to know him regardless of whatever sport he's playing in, that you could put on, that you could sell to the public like you could sell Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. I mean, the pound for pound fighters, the greatest. But it's passed around kind of freely these days, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it.
Great answer. Great answer. I'm trying to straighten things up. Okay, next, Marvin. Tell me what you got, Marvin.
Well, when you mention pound or say pound for pound, you cannot not go back in the old days. Sugar Ray Robinson. Whenever I hear pound for pound, that's the name that always jump into my mind. Because in any era, if he was in this era, he would be champ right now. So his name would resonate, I'm saying, throughout history. And I'm quite sure if Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting right now, he would be the champ right now. So, pound for pound in any era, I feel that Sugar Ray Robinson fills that gap, fills that title, man. That's how I feel about that.
Okay, so that's your guy. Okay, Troy, you can unmute yourself. Welcome, my brother. I appreciate you coming back. The question is, what did pound for pound mean to you when you first heard the term?
Simply put, the best of the best. It was created because of Sugar Ray Robinson, but it simply means the best of the best. You stand head and shoulders above everybody else. Like my grandma used to tell me, there's good, better, and best. If you pound for pound, you are the best. People are reaching up to get you. You are not reaching down to get them.
Okay. And your pound for pound guy would be Sugar Ray Robinson?
My pound for pound guy overall, yes. I would honestly say it would be two of them, to be honest with you. One would be Joe Louis, because I never saw him off balance. In any of his fights I watched, he was fast. He could knock you out with either hand, and he was very knowledgeable, extremely knowledgeable, right? And the other one would be, I'm biased with this one, but I would say Holyfield or Mike McCollum.
Okay. All right. When I first heard about pound for pound, I always understood it as a person that could go to different weight classes, and whatever weight class he go to, he still continue on winning. I'm not talking about a lightweight going all the way to heavyweight, but I'm saying at least being able to go to 3 different weight classes, and no matter what, he was able to handle his business, and where he went, the skills went. You know what I'm saying? People always talk about the power going to the next level, but did the talent go to the next level? You know what I mean? So my guy would be Sugar Ray Robinson, though. And,
because he went 3, right? He was welterweight, middleweight, and light heavyweight.
So he was a bad mamma jamma, man.
Yeah, he didn't win in light heavyweight. He fought for the championship, but he got dehydrated and lost.
Yeah.
Tried to be Joey Archer, I believe, for the light heavyweight.
Yeah. It was so hot in that stadium, man.
It was so, yeah, exactly. The referee passed out halfway through the fight. They
had to change referees, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
had to have another ref on board.
That pound for pound is more a it's not where one fighter, if he excels at different weight divisions, it's just a mythical belt that goes around to somebody who, no matter what weight, you could take a flyweight and say if this cat weighed 250 pounds, he would excel at heavyweight. This is to me, this is what a designation of pound for pound is. I don't think it's like one fighter just because he can excel in 3 divisions or 2 divisions. I think it's a fight where
Overall,
like Sugar Ray Robinson, that's pretty much how they started this title. They said if
Right.
we blew him up to heavyweight, he'd be unstoppable. This man at any weight is pound for pound, and it's not the weight you're weighing. It's the skills you have.
right. That's where I'm at with it. That's why
Yes.
that's why I say Sugar Ray Robinson.
Hey, Kenny Ellis, salute, brother.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yes.
What's
What's
going on?
What's up, brother? All right, Kenny. We can go straight to you. The first question, Kenny, was when you first heard about pound for pound. What did that mean to you? What was your understanding of what the pound for pound person would? What was the requirements? What made him pound for pound?
I was thinking each individual weight class, pound for pound, like you the baddest man within your weight class.
Okay, all right. And out of all, who would you consider your all pound for pound guy? Yeah.
Marvin Hagler.
Okay.
Larry
That's
Holmes.
2 Marvins today. Okay.
And Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll go for all that.
Yeah, it seemed like Sugar Ray Robinson definitely took that hands
Yeah,
down without a
he
doubt.
started.
But
He
we
started.
still we still had to, like you said, give Henry Armstrong his
So many
respect.
of them.
He was
many
like
of
one guy. He was the only guy to do what he did to this day, to hold 3 belts simultaneously at the same time.
Yeah.
He had the featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight belts. All that. Nobody else ever did that.
Right.
I think fighters could do it today if the sanctions would allow them to do it, but they won't allow them to do it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
They'll let Canelo do it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. I got a question for Brother Kenny. I think I know you, brother. Are you the same Kenny from the gym on Pennsylvania Avenue?
Yeah.
Up to that? Huh? Okay,
Yeah.
good, man. You know, we met before. You know, you actually from the second best gym in that area.
Okay. I'll take that. I'm in the top 10. As long as I'm in the top 10,
That's right.
it's all good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, okay, so we got everybody. Okay, the topic today, man, is the face of boxing. You know, I just asked you, what did it mean to you? What it meant to be the pound for pound. But when you first heard that term, face of boxing, who was the guy they were saying was the face of boxing when you first heard that term? I'm gonna start with Mr. Will.
I can't. Well, you gotta say Ali. You gotta say Ali, face of boxing during his reign, during his he was the face of boxing.
But that can be broken down because in all the different eras, they were the face of boxing in those different eras.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so that's the second part of this question. What made you the face of boxing?
Well, if you want to still let leave that one on me. I'm gonna say
I'm still with you.
I'm still with you, especially with Ali, because Ali exceeded boxing. You know what I mean? He had star power outside the ring as well as in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first time I heard the term was with Floyd Mayweather, but it's been faces of boxing before his era. But the term ain't come about till I heard Floyd Mayweather and him say he was the face of boxing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but like I said, Ali, he was.
Yeah, I know, man. You know, like I showed you.
I understand what you're saying, but they wasn't using that term back then.
Yeah,
No,
they wasn't.
The first time I heard it,
that's why I asked, what was the first time you heard it? That's what I was driving at. Because the first time I ever heard it.
It's the
when Sugar Ray
person
Leonard was boxing.
of that sport that excels. I mean, we can think of the face of basketball. That'd be by Shaq O'Neal. We could put Michael Jordan in there. You know, the face of football. We could, Tom Brady, Mulholland. I mean, it's just the best in that era. But there is no designation. But like I was saying earlier, when I was a kid, Ali, he was on the box of Wheaties. Can you name a boxer today who could be put on a box of cereal and sell and be on the table? The whole family's gonna know who he is. Your grandmother never
Holyfield would be one of them.
Who?
Holyfield would be one of them.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think that there's like a certain it that this fighter has to have, and he catches on beyond the boxing public. Holyfield maybe, but definitely Mike Tyson. People would recognize Mike Tyson no matter.
And Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard too.
Sugar Ray Leonard too, but not too many of them, man. There's not too many. And today, I can't think of a face of boxing because we know who it is. The cats in the chat would know who it is, but are our girlfriends, our mothers, our daughters, are they going to know who this face of boxing is? Because that's what you don't need it doesn't need a name on it. Just that picture alone is gonna let people know that's boxing right there.
Yeah.
And there is no
right. And that
okay, I
that's
wanted
so
to
true. Okay, let me ask you one more question now. So we heard that term with with Floyd Mayweather. Okay, but what I'm driving is it the money or is it the notoriety? Does the fans? I mean, what actually? Because I know what I think it is now.
Let me step in here and speak. Let me step in real quick. The first time I heard that term was with Mike Tyson. It was not with Floyd Mayweather. Okay. It was with Mike Tyson. And the face of boxing is someone who's known by hardcore boxing fans and by just casual fans. Kind of like if I say to you, Ali, what's the next name you'll say that follows that? Frazier. If I say Sugar Ray, the face of boxing is known outside of boxing, and it's not just the wins, but it's how you win that makes you the face of boxing. If you just go about the motions and beat who you're supposed to beat, and just fight fighters you're supposed to beat, and you just look boring doing it, you're not a face of boxing. You're just a winner. That would be Floyd Mayweather, right?
I agree.
Tyson, on the other hand, he was the face of boxing during his time. Everybody knew who he was from the guy who was a hardcore boxing to the guy who drove the bus and really didn't follow boxing that tough. You knew who Mike Tyson was. Everybody knew who he was. Everyone from Hollywood to the hood, everybody knew Mike Tyson. So that's the face of boxing. Everybody knows you. Out of boxing, in boxing, everyone knows you.
Yesterday, that's the way you determine who the face of boxing was. But it seems like today it's who generate the most money. Not saying it's right, but that's what it seems like now.
It's gotta be the perfect storm. It's gotta be the popularity. It's gotta be the recognition, the money they're making. It's everything, because the boxer who does this, he stands head above. He stands head above other people in the sport. And
out of the ring. And out of the ring.
Right. Yep. But boxing doesn't have a face. I mean, okay, you have Alvarez. He's the face. For let's say, the Latinos. You have Joshua. He's the face for the UK. You have Tank. He's the urban face of boxing. There's no one person that's the overall face of boxing.
Yeah, you're right. You got different categories. You got the corporate world, like certain people. The urban, the inner city, like certain people, so it varies.
Well, it seems like it transcended. You know what I mean? At first, it was based on talent, notoriety, and everything, and now it seemed like it then came into the dollars, because it seemed like look. Right now, they're saying, hold on 1 second, Bruce. Let me finish out. You have Tank right now, right? And everybody knows him. You know what I mean? Urban, whatever. Tank sells out wherever he goes. But Canelo still commands the highest dollar right now. Just asking for 150 million. Not to say he's going to get it, but it seems like
he's going to come close.
Yeah, he gonna come damn close, man. They gonna do what they can.
What?
Go ahead. Hey, now let's let Bruce go next because
Okay.
I cut him off.
Okay, man. You know what? We said Mike Tyson was the face of boxing. Fucking Mike Tyson still is the face of boxing. Bro, and we can't get him out of our mouths, man. Everybody on YouTube is talking about it. So tell me that's not the face of boxing.
Everybody knows him because of how he was built. Because he was built to be that way. When he came up, he was known as the next Sonny Liston or whatever. He was built that way.
Yeah, but regardless, everybody knows.
These fighters are not built that way nowadays. They spend so much time on social media talking instead of fighting that they're not built to be known like that.
And that's what I was getting ready to say, man. The last 20, 25 years, social media opened up to the world. Now everybody got a voice. One time, it was a few voices heard. So now everybody got their voice and opinion. So it's
everybody have an opportunity.
Yeah. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
To one time we was just one ranking it's always biased rankings and you only hear one voice. But now people are doing their own rankings, putting it the way they want it, you know? And half the time the people are all right.
Right, because you might have someone like they'll have Bud Crawford as #1 pound for pound, but is he considered the face of boxing though?
Right.
He might be the face of boxing for us, the hardcore, but not overall face of boxing. No.
But some people think he is still, you know. We just a percentage, and that's the way the sport is now.
So is it a money contest or is it a popularity contest now? What is it?
It's all mixed up, man. It's all mixed up.
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of a mix of everything. Because if you look at Joshua, he fought good competition to get where he was. He's a 2-time, a champion. If you look at, Alvarez, he fought good competition to get where he was, and now he's doing his thing. And Tank is a knockout guy, but his competition is weak. So it's all in how you're built. Everybody has their different sections now.
I don't think his competition is weak.
It's just they won't fight.
Right. But you look at the podcast and the media, they make it look like Tank ain't fighting him. Tank can fight anybody, and his competition ain't weak if you know the stats of the people that he fought.
Right.
I do though. I do because I definitely do.
But if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, man.
Exactly. Tank time fought 126 pounds. A lot of people don't know that. He done been all the way up to 140 pounds.
That was a good fight too. That was a good fight.
Oh yeah.
Does Tank
That's why I don't understand why he doesn't go up right now.
When he fought that 140-pound fight, he said, "This weight class ain't for me. I'm going back down." He didn't weigh 140 at that fight. He came in under 140.
Hey Kenny, let me ask you a question. Does Tank care if he's the face of boxing or not?
I mean, he got the title, but he didn't make it. So if it would have never crossed his desk, it wouldn't make a difference.
Title in the first place. Face of boxing.
Think about the face of boxing. That's what I'm asking. I'm sorry, Troy. I'm just asking, does he think he's the face of boxing or does he care about it?
Yeah,
I don't think he care about it. I don't think he care about it, really.
I mean, if they take it from him, it wouldn't hurt him, but he knows he's the face.
Well, it's not a real title. It's if you're nobody can take it from you. If you're the face of boxing, bro, you're the face of boxing, man.
Exactly. Nobody can take it. Right now, if Tank can fight a cab driver and it's gonna sell out. It's gonna sell out.
Yeah, but that's the boxing fans that love that. But is that go beyond boxing? That's who the face of boxing is. But I'm talking. But Tank is definitely known. I mean, you can just mention the word Tank on the streets. People know what you're talking about. I can go down the street and mention Alexander Usyk, and they kind of looking at me funny.
Like, who's that?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's heavyweight or lightweight. You're going to be a character to be the face of boxing. And Tank is definitely a character, bro.
You also have to do something in the ring that's special. Usyk doesn't do anything in the ring. He's just, he's just a reliable Chevy. That's all he is. He's not anything special.
Well, he's special where he live at. You know what I'm saying?
Where does he live?
Yeah, that's what
He's
I'm
definitely
saying.
a
What I'm
hometown
saying.
favorite. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying it all depends on where you at and who you are. You know.
Exactly.
Hey, I mean, he's not chopped liver though, man. I mean, this guy has made it all the way to undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not gonna call this guy chopped liver.
Well, you know, he's not undisputed. You know, he's actually unified, and I give it to him.
I'm talking about no. He did make undisputed in cruiserweight, didn't he?
Oh, cruiserweight. Yeah. But he's not the first one to do that.
Okay, so yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying is to get to that point. How many times did you do it, Troy?
Actually, when it comes to podcasting, I did it a lot, but when it comes to in the ring, never.
Okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about. In the ring, to be able to have all 4 belts. You know what I mean? Meaning you got all of them. That's not an easy fate, and it's not a lot of people that have done it either. So I don't call the guy chopped liver, man. Hey, I won't do that. You know, that's just like
chopped liver.
I won't call fighters.
I said he was a Chevy. A Chevy's a good car. It'll get you where you need to be and all that. You know, a Chevy's a very reliable car. Chevy a good car. It's just not a Bentley.
Say about that Chevy now.
But I'm saying, you know, man, I love them Chevys, man.
Oh yeah.
Me too. You know, look, man, the Chevy Impala, you know, the 80s, 1981 what I want.
Oh man, I like that 94 Impala. That 94 Impala, I want that right now. If I can find
so the question is, what type of Chevy is he? That's what I'm at. Is it a Chevy Cavalier?
85, 84. He's about 85, 84.
He's a brand new one.
No. You know, he ain't too much to look at, but he's definitely gonna get you there, and there's gonna be a lot of room and comfortable. He's gonna be comfortable ride.
Yeah, ain't gonna break down.
Okay, exactly. You know, and you could pop the trunk and actually change all the parts. You know, you don't need no computers or nothing.
Okay. Straight up and down then. All right, I got you.
Hey, let me shout out Ricky McQueen's watching us on Facebook. We broadened our horizon over here, man. YouTube and Facebook.
All right.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I make sure that we're on Facebook as well on my side. I don't get a lot of them, but salute to the Facebook people.
I have to tell you, you have to edit the audience because only your friends will see it. But you can go in there and click edit audience, and everybody will be able to see it who's boxing fans. So it's a little tricky on Facebook, but once you get it, it's just another media outlet for us to preach the good word, you know.
Amen. And a boom shagga lagger to that.
I can tell you what, man. You know, you're gonna do good for a while, brother. You have a good spirit. You had a good panel, and most importantly, I'm here. So you know, you're gonna do great.
And who are you, sir?
I'm good.
You know what?
I can't see your face because it's not blowing up. I'm trying to figure out.
Comic relief, baby. I'm just comic relief.
I see a little bit. When I put it on the TV, I see it real good.
Okay, so Troy, you met Kenny, right? How did y'all meet?
I met him through Marvin.
I can't. I can't see your face on his phone, but
that's why. Because I got we met a while back, man. Because you know I used to go to Umar a lot when I lived in Baltimore, and I know I met you through Marvin at it must have been at a Golden Gloves tournament. Right. One of your top guys was boxing Marvin's top guys, and I think he introduced us It was a while back. You was always a good brother. You know, you the one that do the 2 pads, right? You got to okay, that's a different brother
I do pads, but you talking about Coach Mack?
Okay, that's what I'm talking. The brother, I'm sorry. That's what I'm talking about.
That at one time, that's Coach.
Yeah,
Mack.
Okay. Sorry, but it's good to meet you anyway.
No problem at all. Some people think we brothers, though.
Okay. The next question I want to ask you all: what do y'all feel about these 4 belts, man? Would you want to get rid of them and just go back to 1 belt or 3 belts? What would you all like to do?
Well, I think that is a problem. That's how you make money, man. You can't make no money if somebody have all the belts, man.
Yeah,
because there's only one belt. If there's only one belt, you can't make no money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So you need different situations going on, so the money can be spread around. because we might not see the fight that we really want with the person that got the one belt.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm
That's what's
saying?
going
So
on
this
today.
open the doors and let everybody have a chance, man. Because
Yeah.
when it's one, there's a lot of politics to this stuff, man.
Like
And when
Canelo, he
nobody,
got certain
Mhm.
belts, and ain't no fights going. Certain fights ain't gonna happen as long as he got the belts.
right.
He got all of them. He got all of
See,
them.
Bring back
check
the
this out.
He got all
WBA,
of
WBC. That's all we need in the 15 rounds. That'll make me happy.
Quick quiz. What was the first belt?
WBA.
NBA,
Yeah.
NBA,
BA.
NBA.
It was the NBA, which
Yep.
It was the NBA, actually.
NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
National
said.
Boxing
NBA.
Association.
Yeah, it was that one. Then the WBA came. Yeah.
But dude, you
Yeah.
go before that, and John L. Sullivan had a belt around his waist. Where did that come from, right?
He used to hold his pants up with it.
You know that they both had. I think the Ring magazine belt goes back even further than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, personally, I think there should be one belt in boxing. I can't stand fucking 4 belts. When they talk about a 4-belt fight champion,
But see, that's when the politics come in, man. Because the ones that deserve a shot at that belt, man,
Never
probably
get it.
would never get a shot, man.
see, if there was only one belt, the fighters would fight each other to get a shot at that one belt. Now they're lazy. They got a belt and they don't have to fight the best because.
But it still was political back then. When there
Man.
wasn't that many belts.
It drives a fucking purist like me crazy. There's nothing I can do about it. This is boxing today, but there should be one champion per division. All the belts should be minor league. Boxing should be like the fucking football and have a Super Bowl once a year to determine one champion. The best are going to fight the best and still make a lot of money. But having all these crazy belts, it cheapens the value of a belt. And it's like, I couldn't tell you. There was a time where I could tell you every fighter, every champion from heavyweight to flyweight, WBA, WBC, and even IBF. But now, man, you got so many with the WBO in there, and you got interim champions and fucking silver titles. And I mean,
But back during that time, it still was political too. Everybody wasn't.
But still, to become the champion, you had to beat the champion. Now you got 4 different guys saying that they're the champion in that division. And it's not the same, but that's the way it is. I have to kick back and enjoy the ride, man, because this is boxing. It's never going to go back.
But I'm saying back then when there was one belt, everybody didn't have the opportunity to get a shot at that thing, man. Even the ones that might have been the champ didn't get that shot, And it was that race thing going on back in the day too.
Yeah, but today that would all be brought up front because today we have the internet and things like that. We're not going to hide those back like we did back in the day of Jim Crow. Today, people would know about that, and we know how wrong it is. And I don't think that's going to happen again. I think there should be one title per division.
But I'm saying that's why.
I think Mr. Will wants to say something, brothers. I think Mr. Will want to jump in here.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a quick trivia question. Who was the first IBF champion?
Murray Sutherland.
Murray Sutherland?
Murray Sutherland.
Okay.
What year?
I think it was 1980.
Had to be around 84, 85.
I thought it was Larry Holmes.
I was going to say Larry Holmes. I was going to say Larry Holmes too, Mark.
They gave Larry Holmes the belt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because he wouldn't fight Greg Page. He relinquished the WBC belt he had for 6.5 years, and they started the IBF and just gave him that belt. That
was started by a black guy, right?
Bob Lee.
But I know Holmes had money tied up.
It was started by Robert E. Lee, who just happened to die yesterday, man.
Yeah.
He passed away yesterday.
He died yesterday?
He died yesterday, bro.
Who did?
What did he die?
Wow. I thought he passed away like 10 years ago.
Yesterday, bro.
Wow.
Wait a minute. I didn't catch the name. Who was it again?
Bob
Lee.
He did time for accepting bribes for ratings back in the 80s, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought he passed away.
Yeah, yesterday he passed away.
Wow.
Patriotic.
Wow.
Yeah. See? Every time I come over here, I learn something.
That's the soul.
That's the beautiful thing about it. That's what it's all about.
Cosmic. Funny man out there.
I tell you what though, but you're gonna hear me say some stuff. It's just for comic relief. But look, you got Marvin here to keep me in line, and you got brother Will. All I gotta say to Mr. Will, is Deontay Wilder, and he'll straighten me right out.
You went out on. You said something about Deontay Wilder.
Wilder should be on the pound for pound list.
Oh my God!
See,
so that's comic to me for real. Yeah, that's definitely comic to me. Man, look, honestly, like I said before, y'all might have heard me say it before. When I think about boxing, he doesn't even come to mind.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Wow.
Yeah, leave Brother Wilder alone. He's on a comeback, man. He's on a comeback.
Yeah,
comeback.
He's about to get knocked out again.
Yeah, he will.
He's about to fight. He's about to fight Zilly Zhang next. The Chinaman that just lost.
Yeah, okay.
He's gonna get knocked out again.
No, Zilly Zhang. Zhang that just lost to Parker.
Did he really lose that fight? Do you think he lost that fight?
Yeah, he lost that fight.
It was a close fight, but I think
it was. I can't say.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I don't think he did enough to win, though.
No, he slowed down after the six. I'll say 6th round. He started slowing down and become, and he's been getting. He just started doing the same thing. He's just trying to drop the left, try to drop the left. That's all he was doing. He wasn't doing nothing else. Wasn't even trying to set it up.
But I mean, I still don't think he lost the fight. I could have went for a draw before I just gave him that loss like that. Yeah. Because I didn't see anything spectacular Parker was doing either now.
No, Parker was outboxing him after a while. Parker started catching him after a while, and he started taking the rounds from him.
But it was at a real pedestrian level. That's for sure.
That's because he slowed down. He slowed down after the 6th round. He slowed down. So that I don't know if he trained. I don't know. That says a lot about his training too.
We got to give it to the Prince, man. The Prince Turkey for putting these fights on. Now he's got this card on June 20th or June 1st. When is it? The heavyweight card with Wilder and Zhilei Zhang, and then you're gonna have triple Danny Dubois and Heracek on the undercard, the co-main. I mean, dude,
money is no object over there, man.
This is like the 80s. This is like Don King putting on these fights in the 80s.
You know what?
Greg Page fighting Tim Witherspoon or something like that, man. I'm digging this Saudi Arabian action, bro.
Yeah.
Why we can't get our fighters money like they get our fighters money?
There ain't no money because promoters want some money.
Take some of that money.
What do you mean our fighters, brother?
In the U.S., I mean,
boxing's
we
international.
shouldn't have to go over there to get paid.
Well, hey, man, this is a business. You go where the money is, right?
I understand that part, but we shouldn't have to. Why they can't treat us over here?
Because we got a lot of cheap promoters over here don't want to give the money up.
Why not?
That's crazy.
I mean, because if you want money, you go to Vegas. If you want money, you go to.
I don't have nothing against it, but I'm just asking why.
But it's no different than traveling to Vegas or traveling to Madison Square Garden, traveling to the bar. It's just traveling. That's all it is.
I'd rather travel.
No, I'll tell you what.
Less as possible to get the money.
Might not be able to make it back on that plane, man. That's a lot.
I'm not going to travel any further than
Who's the Prince ripped off? Since this started, have you heard a fighter said, "Well, I ain't getting my money"? Have you heard one fighter saying you get my money?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why we can't do right over here? It's right, but why we can't do right over here?
Man?
Because ain't no money over here for boxing.
It's money.
They're making these fights back to back to back to back too, man.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing.
The beautiful part about it is I don't have to go anywhere. I sit right on my couch here and watch it on my 60-inch. You could have it in China, and Saudi and Las Vegas. You could have it in Baltimore. It ain't gonna make any difference to me. I'm gonna watch it anyway. So I don't give a fuck where they have these fights.
No, but here's the difference. Here's the difference. You have one solitary voice over there, and he works with everybody. There's no come across the street. There's no I can't work with you. He works with everybody over there. He has one voice, and he works with everyone. Over here,
when you got money, you
nonsense
can
and
do whatever you
politics.
want to do.
Over there is just one voice, and he says, "Look, if you bring the fighters, I have the revenue, and I have the venue. Period. You just have to get the fighters over here, and we'll make the fights." That's it. There's nothing else to it.
There's one fight that he don't want to take. One fight he said he's not interested in though.
Which one?
Canelo versus Benavidez.
Probably because it's just not big enough. It's just not big enough. That's why.
So what happens if you go over there and you don't get your money?
Okay, so you know what happens if you go to Vegas, you don't get your money.
But here you can get lawyers and you under the United States rules and regulations. But over there,
all I can
can't
tell
fight.
you, brother.
I'm quite sure they got contracts and stuff over there.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. I mean, all I can tell you is I've never heard of any fighter saying I've never gotten my money from this brother. No, not a one.
I understand that, but anything can happen.
Yeah, I can fall off the curb and break my leg too.
It ain't happening now, though.
Yeah, rules and regulations over there is different.
No,
there's a lot of people.
No, because the sanctioning body put the fights on, so the same rules over here is over there because of the sanctioning bodies, man. They're the same sanctioning bodies as here. So
there ain't
no different rules over there because the sanctioning bodies are still the same.
Yeah. Fighters been fighting overseas for years. Ali fought in Africa. Simon Brown fought in Jamaica. Mike McConnell fought in the UK. All fighters have gone all over the world to fight.
Because of the sanctions, it's still the sanctions from the WBA, WBC, IBF.
People fought in France,
like
China. Yeah. You have fighters from here that fought all over the world. It's world boxing.
They
it's
ain't
not
fight for the kind of money he paying out.
Okay, well that's why you go to the money. Simple as that. Money ain't gonna come to you. You got to go to the money.
He might come here one day, do a show.
You want to wait for that?
I don't think so. Why come here when he can do everything right there where he at?
Exactly. He's in control. He has the venue. He has the money. He has the voice. Over here, it's a lot of voices and nothing getting done.
We might
over there things get.
He might make us tighten up in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I'm a promoter, I'm taking my fighters over there. I'm taking my fighters over there, and we're gonna get paid. Period.
Did anybody hear Ricky Hatton's son got beat yesterday too?
Oh yeah.
He was overrated anyway.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was.
You got a guest in the building.
George Hanson, how you doing today, George?
Well, I'm doing well, man.
How you doing today, George?
Had a couple of things to do. I was running around. I said, my God, time flew.
How you doing?
Great, man. Great.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I heard someone said Ricky Hatton's son was overrated.
Yeah.
The man wasn't overrated. He just got beat. It happened.
His son was overrated.
He's been on the side of some bad decisions lately too, man. I think time is just caught up.
It's as simple as that, right? He got beat.
He got beat.
When people say someone's overrated, it's like fighters can get beat. I mean, it's very hard to remain undefeated. Somebody can have your number on any given night.
Unless you orchestrate it, right? You have to pick the right opponents to stay undefeated.
Yeah.
Henry Armstrong lost.
Matchmaking is a great deal, but I hate when people disparage fighters and say, "Oh my God, you have to have the proper matchmaking." It's very hard to go undefeated over a long stretch of time. Let's put it that way.
Not really.
You fight once a year.
Not really.
Unless you fight once a year, it's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's if you're fighting twice a year. I mean, Henry Armstrong fought in 1939, defended his title 6 times. Right? He went 4 knockouts and 2 decisions. That will never happen again in 30-day period. We have fighters, champions fighting once a year, twice a year, very rare 3 times.
Yeah, but Henry Armstrong lost 3 of his first 4 fights too. So how could you say that Henry Armstrong, if that was today and a fighter lost 3 of their first 4 fights, no manager would touch him, no promoter would go near
Well,
him.
this is the thing.
And he would
Depends
be
on how they
suspended.
lose too.
Different
Dude.
era. Henry
You know what I'm
Armstrong.
saying? It depends
No,
on.
I was just making a comparison that we had a world champion who defended the title 6 times in 30 days. It's not going to happen. So
No, it's
Well,
not.
yeah, back then those guys fought like every week. You know what
But
I
see,
mean?
Yeah,
it
they
never,
never let
it
it
never
happen.
happened
Fights
since
under their
then.
belt.
The sanctions
Yeah,
weren't
They were
allowed.
built different back then, obviously.
They were.
But-
They
but-
were.
I can't
the only thing
compare
I'm speaking,
that era to
anytime a
himself.
fighter lose, somebody say he was overrated. No, he lost by somebody who studied him and figured out how to beat him. He wasn't overrated.
I tell you what, Anthony Joshua, in the last 11 months fought 4 times,
Yes.
which is a lot for this era, right?
Yes.
And then I think Parker fought 5 times in the last 12 months or something like that.
Dang.
So, these guys are fighting. Some guys are fighting, but there's other guys that fight just once a year and nobody know, and they claim they did say that, but nobody's going to know you like that.
Yeah.
But I don't blame, if they're world champions, I don't blame the fighters so much because people are going to do what you allow them to get away with. But I blame the sanctioning body that you can have somebody holding the world title. I don't mean to mention their names and sit on it for a year and a half and don't defend it
Charlo.
for 6 months. That's ridiculous. It's the sanctioning body. If a guy can't defend in 3 months or 4 months, you should strip him.
They should strip him. Yeah.
Or 2 years. 2 years you own the belt.
Look how fast Bud got stripped. Bud got stripped in 3 months.
3 months.
How long did Charlo? I think I was in grad school.
2 years. He had the belt 2 years, and he still hasn't been stripped yet.
Charlo
He's had the
sat on
belt 2 years,
for
and he
how
hasn't.
long and did defend it?
I
2
think
years.
as long
2
as you got a
years.
doctor slip, they can't strip you.
Nah,
or
they.
some shit.
I thought Charlo did get his. Which Charlo we talking now?
We're talking about the one at 160.
The big one, yeah.
Jamal.
Big one. Okay, yeah, he still got his belt. Yeah, he do. He got the WBC. The WBC love them all.
Well, it was a medical, right?
There's so
That's
much
why I couldn't
hypocrisy
defend.
in boxing. And
When it's a medical, they
how
can't strip
can
you.
you not defend your title for a couple of years and you're still champion?
You gotta have a medical.
Okay, so what's wrong with it?
Well, my
So why don't they
reality,
put him at that? His is mental, I think.
Yeah, it's psychological issues.
what I'm saying, can I say this? If you
Yes,
can't
sir.
defend your title and it's medical, they still should strip you.
Yeah, he could be a champion in waiting, like they like to say.
Yeah, champion in recess, exactly.
It's like
Well,
a
they
regular
should
job
do
when
it.
you
Let
when you
somebody
out
else
on
fight
sick,
for the
they don't
title
fire you. You
and
know.
and give you first preference when you come back to fight for it again.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
because
that
in all
makes sense.
honesty, he should have
That
been
makes
moved
sense.
up to 168 because he really can't make 160 no more, and his brother is really killing himself to stay at 154. No one stays at 154. He's killing himself to stay at that weight. I can guarantee that boy probably walking around at 185 or something. He needs to move up. That's why he's angry all the time.
You're preaching to the
You
choir.
being nice. You're being nice at 185, bro. I think he's about 205. Them big boys, man.
Yeah, well, that's Canelo. He goes up to 200. He walks around probably at 200 pounds. He said,
He walks around at 200.
Yeah, 199, 200. Yeah,
That's about
And
right.
David, what's his name? The guy who wants to fight him.
Benavidez.
Benavidez, he walks around at over 200 pounds.
Oh yeah.
He was on my show 3 times. He'll tell you that he walks around at 200 pounds.
Yeah, he get big, man, real big.
But can you imagine? Can I say this? Can you imagine what these fighters who are not disciplined, walking around 30, 40 pounds above their weight division? Can you imagine what they have to do just to get down the weight?
Well, they're gonna spend the first month and a half taking off the damn weight, and then they
You're not supposed to
then they
lose that
train.
much. It's unhealthy for you.
Well, they get away with it.
It's called fat camp.
Well, some of them do, but
it depends on everybody got their own DNA. Some people can do it and some people can't.
Right, because if you look at a
Yeah, did
Bernard,
he?
the reason why he was able to last so long because he didn't go super overweight. He
Right.
probably stayed at. He said he stayed at 165, 170, and that's it. He
With a
didn't go any
20,
higher than that.
and he had a 28-inch waist, man.
Yeah, for
I mean,
years,
grown man.
years.
Yeah, 28-inch waist. That's crazy, man. I ain't seen that since junior high.
Only
Kenny
other
like,
guy I
"Yeah."
could think of that was the only other guy I could think of that was like that, and he was a heavyweight, was Ken Norton.
Holyfield had a 30-inch waist,
Yeah, that's
a
true.
heavyweight.
What about Mike Hercules Lever? That dude looked like he was jacked on steroids. He never lifted a weight. He never took a drug in his life. He was just
Yeah.
genetically buffed.
Yeah.
I mean, you cats remember Mike Weaver, don't you, man? Nailing
Yeah.
John Tate with that left hook.
Yeah, Mike, he fought John Tate. He fought John Tate and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Big John Weaver, right?
Sugar Leonard and Sugar Ray fought on the undercard. He fought Danny Boy Green.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that was one of my most memorable fight cards I ever saw in my life. There were 4 main events on that card. It was Marvin Johnson and Eddie Mustafa Muhammad for the light heavyweight title, and Larry Holmes fought Leroy Jones for the WBC title. And that was free on ABC TV in 1980. Unbelievable. It was on a Monday night, too. I mean,
You ain't gonna have that no more.
No, you don't hear that no more, man. 2 heavyweight title fights, Sugar Ray Leonard, and I mean, 2 of the top light heavyweights of the day. I mean, it was unbelievable. Go back and check that card out, because I was talking to some people that said, "Nah, you're crazy. That card didn't exist." I'm saying, yes, it did exist, man. Go check it out.
But you know what I don't understand with the pay-per-views?
4 different arenas. One of the events was from Sugar Ray Leonard's arena in Baltimore, and then the other, they went to New York for the light heavyweight fight, and they went to Colorado for Larry Holmes, and they went to John Tate's hometown in I think it was in Tennessee for the for that fight. And John Tate, man, he had a rough homecoming that day, man. Woo, Mike Weaver.
Yeah, they robbed John Tate's house that night when he lost the fight too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did he live?
He was from Texas.
Good Lord. Yeah. No, but you know what I don't understand with the pay-per-views? I don't understand why don't they let us as podcasters, let's say if we buy the fight, why don't they let us show the fight, and we can show it at a discount to the people, which will get more eyes on their fights, instead of saying that even if you buy it, you can't even broadcast it on your own podcast because you'll get banned. Wouldn't it make more sense to say, okay,
they'll lose more money that way?
No. Because listen, we'll go ahead and pay the $80 for the fight, and then we'll say to the people who want to watch it, we'll charge you $15. And every podcast is different. Some might have 1 million, some might have 100,000, 22,000 like you, some might have a couple of hundred like me, but there'll still be more eyes on the fight because people are always looking.
The promoters are not getting their cut.
I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah,
I was thinking about just well, no, all the money could be divvied up at the end of the night, brother.
Good for us.
No, but all the money could be divvied up. Look, there's ways to do it. It's just that I don't understand why they just don't do it. It's not that difficult.
Man,
it really isn't.
It ain't that difficult. They want to make all the money they can get, man. They don't want to sell nothing, man.
Right.
Well, if you have more eyes on it, then you make more money, right?
Well,
if you have more people paying out their pocket, then
yeah,
you
but
make more money.
they want to get that money, man. They don't want to. They don't want to spread it
like
around.
the streets is a different product, man. Nobody wants you on their corner.
I tell you what, brother. I tell you what. 5% of nothing is nothing, right? But if you get 5 or 10% of something, then you made something. I mean, I guarantee you that more people watch the fights if you do it that way.
It ain't gonna go like
nobody's gonna pay no $100 to watch
it. They're saying they're getting that regardless because you're going to buy it anyway.
No one's buying fights nowadays. No one's buying fights nowadays. Nobody.
They're getting that money from some damn well.
Fights, man.
A lot of people buy. I still buy.
Maybe from the few people that sell the pay-per-views on the live gate mainly, but not a lot of people selling fights. Anthony Joshua.
I don't pay for poop. Put it that way, man. If it's a fight that I don't know who's going to win, yeah, I'll pay for that fight. The rest of them, I'll rewatch it on YouTube later, man. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to give my hard-earned money to no fight that I know what's going to be the outcome. I'm not going to do it. I don't
I
pay
can be
for
honest
poop
with
no
you.
more.
I can be honest with you. The last fight I paid for was one my son asked for when he turned 10. It was Shea Mosley against Floyd Mayweather, and we both fell asleep on that joint. Wasted my damn $50. But my son asked her, "Hey, Daddy, please get it for me." I said, "Okay, boy. You gonna stay up?" Yep. After that round where Shane almost had him out, we fell asleep. We went
Yeah.
right to sleep.
And then Shane fell asleep.
He didn't fall asleep. I just Shane's Achilles heel is a boxer, just like
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's
Well,
Achilles heel is a boxer, a
well,
good
did he
boxer.
win the fight?
Well, no, man, he lost because Floyd was a
Floyd,
good boxer. He
Floyd
can't beat no
shot.
good boxer.
I
Floyd
think that
shot.
fight would have been an entirely different fight if they had fought that fight 10, 15 years before that fight was fought.
If they
I
would have fought
really
at
do.
135, it would have been a much different fight.
It would have been
Yeah,
entirely
but Mosley was ducking back in the day. Remember
Yeah.
when Floyd came in the ring and he
Yep.
asked Mosley to fight him, and Mosley told him, "Man, my tooth hurt." I'm like, what?
That was at 147, brother. That was at 147.
Don't forget,
I told them
don't
last
No,
forget,
it wasn't
don't forget,
47.
Shane was maxed out at lightweight.
don't
I said
forget.
that last.
Floyd was knocking him out when he was lighter too.
He
Yeah.
wasn't. He
Yeah, this
wasn't
was
gonna knock out
Floyd.
So
Mosley.
was Shane.
That's
So
Pretty
was
Boy.
Shane.
That was
It was
Pretty Boy.
Floyd when Floyd asked
That was
that.
Pretty Boy Floyd.
Right.
Yeah,
That
see,
was Floyd.
it would have been
It
a
wasn't
totally different fight
47.
because he would have
It would.
engaged Mosley, and
Floyd
and
was
Mosley
better.
would have tagged him and knocked his.
Floyd was
It would
good
have been a
too.
much different fight. He would have
It
engaged
would
him, and
have.
Mosley would have
I
knocked him out.
totally agree
Floyd
with
was
you.
still boxing back then. You can't say that he would have knocked Floyd out because he was good at that weight.
I know he was. He was great at that weight, but
And that was right
Floyd was
after,
engaging people at that weight too.
He was
He was
knocking him out though.
that was
no.
right after one of Mosley's most memorable performances when he beat Margarito too. So Mosley was
I'm
red hot.
looking at that fight right now. Margarito and what's the name?
Shane.
Sugar Shane.
Mosley.
Shane
Sugar
whipped his
Shane.
body. He
I'm
whipped his
looking at that
body,
fight right
boy.
now.
Broke him down.
Yeah,
I
right
want-
after that, he fought Floyd because that was his highlight. Floyd always got you after you came off a real good win. Floyd will always get you right there.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling
He was still beat up.
y'all gonna jump on me for this, but I have a feeling that Shane threw that fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. When they talked about it to him, he said, "Well, I was just nervous for the moment, and that was my biggest fight." No, Oscar was your biggest fight, and you beat him twice. Oscar was always bigger than Floyd, and you beat him twice. So how is Floyd your biggest fight, and you get all nervous?
Style makes fights.
Yeah,
And
I
Shane,
understand that.
big man with Floyd. I mean, if Shane could have followed up, Shane could have had some maybe a different outcome.
Floyd was bigger than Oscar by the time he got to him though.
Not really. I don't think Shane ever eclipsed Oscar. I mean, Floyd ever eclipsed Oscar.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that was a hell of a fight. But Oscar abandoned the jab. He abandoned the jab, and after that, Floyd got in his business, man.
Yeah, because he let his pride get the best of him. He should have stuck behind that jab.
He should have.
Well,
He should have.
I-
It would have been a better fight. But I tell you what, when Mosley caught Floyd nicely, boy, Floyd got intimate with him, didn't he?
That
He
come
hugged
with the
the hell out of that boy.
You know?
Boy,
He hugged the hell out of Mosley.
he was dancing with him like he was on Soul Train or something. Right. He's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing.
They got real intimate, Jack. Floyd's like, I'm not gonna let you go.
He said, Mr. Laba Laba. No, Mr. Laba Laba.
Started the slow grind, the wine and grind. He's like, yeah.
A few minutes later.
A few minutes later, I don't know what happened. It was my biggest fight.
Hey, George Hanson, we didn't get to ask you a question earlier because you ran a little late. When you first heard the term, the pound for pound, what did that mean to you? What was your understanding of pound for pound fighter?
I mean, to me, it just means who is the best fighter, regardless of weight division, regardless of age, who's currently, if we're talking about pound for pound ever, means who we believe is the greatest fighter, because we know boxing is done by weight division. So overall, if we had everything all being equal, who's the best fighter, taking into consideration certain criteria? But what it has turned into right now is really everybody who has an opinion and can say something. There's really not much. If we had 5 criteria and they were quantifiable, then we could say it. But I think people look at it, who's the best fighter we believe, pound for pound. And if I had to look at some quantitative measures and say, is this fighter victorious? How many knockouts? Is he winning? How many titles? And just by the eye test, who's a dominant fighter who you believe can win at all times? Right now, the pound for pound best fighter, I would say, is Terrence Crawford, based on my own opinion. Who's the best fighter
was it
right
back
now?
Yeah, right now, for you, back in the day, who was you considered the pound for pound guy when you first heard that term?
First term, I'm a boxing historian, and I read an encyclopedia. I watch whole fight. To me, based on everything I've seen, heard, the greatest fighter has to be Sugar Ray Robinson.
There you go. There you
It has to
go.
be Sugar Ray
There
Robinson.
you go.
I'm not an idiot.
There you go. There you
Gotta be
go.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Right answer.
The man
Yeah.
went 122-1. Had a 92 fight stretch where he went undefeated.
Right.
Plus, he had to be a bad man. He had a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
I'm throwing that in there.
Look, if he had just stopped fighting, we would have never seen this. 50-0, that would have meant nothing. You know what I mean?
It don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, Floyd went undefeated, but it's a lot of fighters that went past 50-0.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Chavez is
Yeah.
another one. Chavez was like
Right.
90-some fights into his
But can
career
I say
before he
something?
suffered a
There's a
lot.
guy right now that's
88,
51 and he retired undefeated.
And Chavez, 90-something fights.
Right.
He was actually fighting guys. Look at his record that were debuting.
The thing is, though,
Go look at his record. There are a lot of
and
Mexican
Floyd
cab drivers.
and Floyd's 50-0, he had 27 title fights.
Right, and I'm agreeing with you. But if you look at Chavez, there are a whole bunch of Mexican cab drivers in there who were debuting.
Yeah.
Look at his record in that
That's
90-0.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but Don King, see, Mike Tyson went to prison, and Don King wanted Chavez as his cash cow. He tried to get that 100-0, and I remember that draw with Pernell Whitaker. And man, Pernell Whitaker dominated.
That was hard.
That was a
That was
robbery.
hard.
Pernell won that fight.
But Don King kind of had those judges. He was the promoter. He's the man who paid for those judges. And Don King wanted to see that Chavez was 100-0. But when Chavez lost to Frankie Randall, if you watch that fight at the end, Chavez looks at Don King, and Don King says, "There's nothing I can do." Don just.
I gotta warn you, these podcasts are admissible. You can't say that Don King paid those judges. You better say, I believe Don King paid those judges.
Allegedly. Allegedly is the
Don't
word.
say your opinion is fact.
So what I saw and what I heard, man.
Allegedly.
You better say, I believe.
My opinion is not the opinion of Jay Hardcore Boxing, bro. It's the opinion of who's bad boxing, jazz, and more.
Don't state your opinion as a fact. There was once a former middleweight champ who got on a show and something and said Lou DiBella is a crook and end up paying a lot of money.
Because
had he just stated, I believe.
I'm a First Amendment auditor, my brother.
No, that's
my mouth. I'm an American.
Well, I
that's
heard
because they
Don
had a
King
personal
don't know who
relationship.
he is right now.
He actually worked with Lou DiBella before, so it was kind of personal. That's why that actually happened.
Can I say this? I would never get on a show or publicly state my opinion as fact.
Me either. I would be like R. Kelly. I believe I could fly.
You can be sued.
All you have to do is watch Don King, bro. You can watch any documentary about this dude, and you can if you lived through it. I'm sure you did, George. You saw how he treated his fighters. Our brother Tim Witherspoon, bro. I mean, come on.
No, can I say that again? If Don King was frivolous and saw this podcast, and you stated your opinion of the fact that he paid the judges and he just wanted to teach us a lesson, Now you're being sued.
Bro, Tim has been on the show, and Tim told it like it is, how he got ripped off, how he took the dive, how, I mean, boxing's a dirty game, and Don King ain't above slinging shit, and he ain't above getting switched.
No, but the question I'm at, the question I'm asking you again, can you prove that Don King paid the judges?
Don King still got you paid.
Listen to yourself, Judge. This was fucking 35 years ago, man. I mean, 7 years, it doesn't count anymore.
Okay.
Don King don't even know who he is right now.
Okay.
I'm only human.
What happened?
Mistakes.
What happened? The bazooka was who? Hey, George, one more question. The face of boxing. When you first heard that term, what did you consider was the criteria to be the face of boxing?
The face of boxing, the way I look at it, right? And when people say the face of boxing is who's the most recognizable fighter, not just the people who are in boxing, who are intimate with it, right? So we all knew Ali was the face of boxing because there were people in the Gobi Desert who didn't know anybody, but they recognized Muhammad Ali. This back in the 60s and 70s, right? If Ali came to my neighborhood in Jamaica, a rural community where we didn't even have electric, right? He would be mocked. Now, I'll give you an example. Mike Tyson, when I was working in Jamaica years ago, Mike Tyson came down to Tivoli Garden and came down to one of the neighborhoods. And the police he had been retired. The police had to be called because the commotion. I mean, everybody came out. He did the same thing in England. Same thing happened. So there is not a fighter right now that I can drop anywhere in the world, absent of probably Anthony Joshua. There's not a fighter who's recognizable all over the world. You get my point? So I'm saying, what's the face of boxing to me? I'm not defining it by who do people who are intimate and buy pay-per-view or trainers believe is the face of boxing. Who's the most recognizable boxing face today that if you drop him somewhere, everybody would recognize? That's Mike Tyson. And it's not even close. Based on my definition. Who's the most recognizable fighter alive today? That's Mike Tyson. There's nobody more popular, nobody more famous. It's not even close. Now, if you want to ask who made the most money per pay-per-view, then that's a different argument. We can go back and run the numbers and see who generated the most pay-per-view.
Yeah, but we saying the most recognizable face.
Who was the most boring?
If Mike Tyson dropped anywhere on this planet today, everybody associated with boxing, and they all would know who he is. The rest of fighters, you drop them in my neighborhood or drop them in Jamaica, the ones we mentioned pay-per-view, you mentioned Haney, you mentioned Tank, you mentioned Crawford, nobody knows who they are, where I come from. They never heard of them.
Yeah, if you drop Floyd and Mike Tyson anywhere on the earth, people are going to know who Mike Tyson are faster than they're going to know who Floyd is.
Exactly. I'm agreeing with you. Mike Tyson is the most popular fighter, right? Take Ali out the picture. Mike Tyson is the most recognizable figure in boxing on this planet. If you drop him on Mars, they probably know who he is up there.
Mikey Tyson.
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
What y'all think is the most popular bird in the United States, the bald eagle or the chicken?
Chicken.
When it comes to eating, it's the chicken.
You know the bald eagle on every dollar, every quarter.
I don't care.
Every day.
We eat more chicken.
Yo, Jay Harper, I believe Foghorn Leghorn is the most recognizable.
Oh, you know the fried chicken is on every corner too.
Yes, indeed. I think the chicken wins hands down, man.
Yes, yes.
I got a question about that. Why does chicken wings cost more than chicken legs?
Because they're popular. The same thing with oxtail.
Thank you.
You got two legs. You got two legs and you got two wings. Why they cost more?
That all started with the pandemic. All of a sudden,
No, that
wings
started because
became
of
a
us.
delicacy.
That started because of us, brother. It wasn't no pandemic. It
Yeah,
was because of
yeah,
us.
but it started during the pandemic. I'm telling you.
No, that's why
But the
I
wings
invested
Jay
in
It's
Hawk,
chicken backs.
always
it was
like
a
that.
wing shortage.
Wasn't
Jay
because no
Hawk,
No,
pandemic.
you all can buy all the chicken wings you want. I invest in chicken backs. I'm
Hey
from
man, it's
Yard.
been
I'm from
like that for
Jamaica. I know how to
years.
make chicken back soup, curry chicken box, jerk chicken box. I know how to do something with chicken box.
Jay Hardcore.
Yes,
I live
sir.
in Buffalo, right? And I
Uh-huh.
always wonder why people say Buffalo wings. And I actually
Hmm.
went to the place that started Buffalo Wings, and that pretty much got chicken wings to be so popular. Everybody said, "Oh, I gotta have Buffalo wings." Football game, I gotta order some wings.
Yeah. The last Super Bowl party I threw was, I'm a Cowboy. It was the Dallas Cowboys against the Buffalo Bills, and we won that game. We won
Well,
that
that was in
game.
1909.
Whatever,
Well,
man. Hey, look,
Jay
1909.
Hardcore.
whatever.
100 years
Jay
ago.
Hardcore, can I ask you a question?
Look. Wait a minute. Let me have my 2 seconds of
Go
fame.
ahead.
And I made Texas chili and I made buffalo wings, man. And I tell you what, boy, every time I ate a buffalo wing, we scored another one.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well,
Jay
that was in
You were in your 30s when
1909.
that happened, right?
Jay Hardcore, you said we won the Super Bowl. I didn't know you were a professional football player.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I
Oh, I
was that.
didn't know, man.
I was a quarter black.
No. He was the only male cheerleader. He was the only.
All right now. I don't know where you live at, but I come punch on you, bro.
You and Country Wayne.
I
You and
will come
Country Wayne
punch
were out there
on you.
cheering for
I
him.
will come punch on you, bro. Don't play that, man. Don't play that.
Hey, look, man. I got two teams. I'm from New York, so I'm a Giant fan. That's like my backup team.
You one of them
But no.
dudes.
But I lived in Baltimore for 30 years, so my number one team is the Ravens. So I got one team and I got a backup team.
Nah, see, there's no such thing as a bad. You either die hard or not, Jack.
There's no such thing as being loyal to to a team that
bro,
can't be loyal to you.
I grew up in Washington, D.C., and I'm a Cowboy fan. That's how I had to learn how to fight. Because I had to fight everybody because I was a Cowboy fan, Jack.
Oh,
The
Lord.
teachers and everybody, man.
Hey, Jay,
Where
what
you
you
from
say?
for DC,
All
brother?
my life, I had to
I
fight.
wear this shirt like winter.
We wear that
Why are you
real
wearing a
light up
Philly
there.
shirt then if you're a Cowboys fan?
No, I'm an Eagles fan. But I'm saying to Jay, who was president when the Cowboys last won the championship? Abe Lincoln?
Nixon?
Barack Obama. Barack Obama.
No, they haven't won anything.
Honest Abe, huh?
I tell you, y'all got jokes, boy. I don't think ain't nobody on here got no Super Bowl winner right now.
Well, at least we can remember.
I just did. I
won the Super
remember.
Bowl a couple years ago.
I remember. I told you I threw a Super Bowl party.
How long ago was that?
You still had gray hair.
No,
That was what, 1990 what, brother? That was 1990 what?
You still got gray hair.
1991.
Okay, yeah. I was 20 years old then.
Oh, you weren't.
Jay Harper, I can't believe you were allowed to throw a Super Bowl party in grade school.
Wait a second. No. Wait a second. Didn't the Giants
I
beat?
graduated in '86.
Wait a second. Didn't the Giants beat the Bills in 90?
I don't know.
Yes, yeah. And I can tell you how that I had a $5 bet with my father, and he tried to stiff me. The Giants did beat the Bills. Wide right. Wide right. Yeah, the Giants beat the Bills in 1990.
I think
Then I was shipped off to the military after that.
Hey Marvin, Hashem won the title the same year we won the Super Bowl, right?
That's right. That's right.
He was
That's
lit
right.
that year.
Good crab cakes for everybody.
He knocked out old Lennox Lewis, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He won me 5 free haircuts.
Hey, Jay, and I called it to the round. I called it to the round.
Did you make any money off of it though?
No, I'm not.
All I know is I won 5 free haircuts off that win. I actually saved money. I got 5 free haircuts.
Hey, well, what about that crab cake that Sim got the next time he fought Lennox Lewis?
I don't know what he was doing.
He was laid down in the crown on Don King's name.
That
was right over his head, man.
Yeah.
He laid right down under the
You
crown.
couldn't make
Yeah.
that
My
up,
God, and
man.
laid to the side.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Then he
what's
got
up.
that big old knot, man. You talking about
That's
oops
from
upside
Holyfield, and he's
down?
still mad about that. He's still mad about that.
Hey man, I
Okay,
was
that
up
was
at that fight
Holyfield.
too. I was
That
there
was
at that fight.
okay, that was Holyfield. Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I
So
was at that fight, man. And we got a chance to go to the press conference, man. I got this guy, man. It's a good friend of mine named Brother Lou. Right?
Mhm.
We in the audience, right? So when the fight was over with, he said, "Come on, man, come on." We go down there. He grabbed a robe and give to me. He take the buckets and we walk right back there
Right
to the
in.
press conference, man.
I like y'all was part
Seriously.
of
That's
it.
right.
That's crazy.
I tell you what, you know, I'm actually gonna throw a name out there since he fought last week and he came back. I don't know if you saw the fight. Did y'all see the fight with Dillian White and Kristen Hammer?
It wasn't televised, but
Nobody saw that fight, though.
I saw it. Well, you know, I saw it the next day.
Okay.
No, yeah, nobody saw it live. I was on. I did a
I know
YouTube.
because I was on your show.
I had over 5,000 people come into my live that day because everybody was looking for it. You couldn't buy it. I went out. I was searching all over Google for it, and the only person I saw who had it, this guy Tom something, and he sat there with his Google smartphone and he filmed it. But then he stopped filming it like right in the middle of the fight before that.
He got jumped. You know, he got jumped by some Gaelic warriors.
A trash fight like that, and it was the hardest fight to find on the internet. So that only goes to
trash fight.
yeah, that was a trash fight for sure, bro. And you know, and the thing is, if they want us to keep not seeing fights free, they have the ability to do it because they did it with the Christian Hammer and the Dillian White fight. Nobody saw that fight, and everybody was looking for it.
I know. I saw. I got another question. Who is Crawford fighting next? I heard he was fighting Chris Eubanks. Then I heard he wasn't fighting him. Who's he fighting next?
Well, I
heard
hear
that.
whoever wins this fight with Tim Zoot and
That's what I heard.
Fundor, that the winner gets Crawford.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So you got to cross the street again.
That's a long wait. That's a long wait, though.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Man, I don't get Crawford's shelf life.
Fight boots right now.
Yeah,
well,
well,
again, I can't support that either. Because like I said before, how you gonna be riding on the back of the bus, then all of a sudden you want to drive the bus? Now you got Boots has to fight some contenders first.
Exactly. Well, if Boots wants to move to 154, he'll fight him.
To earn that, you know, I just can't see that right.
Hey,
it doesn't make sense to me.
He got the belt, man.
But they gave him a belt. Who did he beat to get it? Nobody. So I'm just saying.
Exactly.
He tried to fight. He tried to fight Crawford for that. He tried to fight
who?
Man.
No, he was actually Earl. He was actually Earl's mandatory. That's why he got stripped. He was Earl's mandatory. Earl never fought him. And then when Crawford got the belt, you know, he actually got all of Earl's defenses that he never defended, and that's why he got stripped.
So you're gonna tell me if Crawford wanted to fight Boots, that fight wouldn't have happened?
Well, no, you know, Crawford stated plainly that, you know, he's not afraid to fight the man, but you know, he's in a
it ain't worth it.
You know,
to
he's
him.
in a position now where it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not gonna make him any money. It's not gonna make him any money.
Low reward.
Yeah. It ain't even a risk. It's just not making him any money right now, and he's in a position.
Well, same principle.
Yeah.
Same principle.
Yeah.
Just like I gotta ask real quick, everybody.
I've never seen a more anticipated fight for the undisputed championship, and then within a month they stripped the freaking winner of one of the titles.
Right.
It's no sense to me. I've never seen.
I gotta ask a quick question, y'all. What do you think about this Jake Paul deal coming up?
Talking is trash.
They're making some money, man. That's all. They're just making some money.
That's it. I don't knock a man for getting paid, man. Get paid.
Yeah. I don't knock it either, but somebody need to call Rock to take out the trash.
Hey, look, if he was coming up on one of these sanctions, he wouldn't be getting paid shit. So let him make his money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they haven't said a real fight, or if this is an event, this could be WWE Logan Paul may come out there with the brass knuckles and hit Tyson in the back of the head. I mean,
Well, they're gonna
dude,
come out with a headgear on. It's gonna be all right.
And I'll tell you what, every fan in there will do him like they did Fan Man if he do.
It's
Hey,
not a
Mike,
real fight, right?
Hey,
It's not a real fight, is it? You know, right?
That's
You know?
a bitch.
Steve Austin in
That's a bit,
WWE. You remember that, man? Tyson was with the Heartbreak Kid and with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So Mike Tyson knows how to put on a show if they want to do something like that. Because believe me, the money is green. No matter what they do in the ring, they're gonna both be making tens of millions of dollars for this fight. This
I
is
think they
huge.
said Tyson getting paid $20 million for this fight.
They took the headgears off and they put on 18 ounces.
Wow.
They took the
So
headgears off of them,
they say
they took the
Tyson's
headgear
getting
off?
20.
but they're gonna keep 18 ounces on them.
Yeah, and Jake is getting paid. But listen to this though. Jake has only
They say
fought one
Jake is
boxer.
30.
Right, but Jake has only fought one so-called boxer, and he lost to him.
This
And that's
smells like
Tommy
Vince
Fury.
McMahon.
Tommy Fury.
This
He's not-
thing reeks of Vince McMahon. I'm telling you, bro.
I don't think it's going to be much of anything. Kind of like the Roy Jones thing when he fought, he fought the bodybuilder. That was so insulting to fans. That was CG and all. It was like, come on, you don't charge fans for that
When
nonsense.
when
They're not
Tyson
charging
and
for
Roy
this.
Jones fought,
This is
when
on. This
Tyson
is
and Roy
on.
Jones fought,
Hey,
they made a silent agreement. Look, you don't hit me too hard, I won't hit you too hard. Okay, you know.
yeah.
That's all.
Hey, it's a cash grab. I mean, but Ali did it. Remember Ali fought the karate dude back in the day.
Yeah, he fought a professional wrestler too. And now you know what happened in that
That's the
fight?
guy that broke his
guy
leg.
kicked Ali's legs out, and Ali was never able to use his legs again in fight. That's when he started
had
really
blood
getting
clot.
tired.
And that,
Yeah,
and
he
that
had
was
blood clots in his legs. Yeah.
that was it. Antonio Inoki was the mixed
That's
martial
his
arts
name.
champion.
Yep, that's it.
And then the guy
That's
from
it.
Wrestling actually
That's
broke
it.
Ali's leg.
And see, there were no
Relevant.
rules. Right, there were no rules, so Inoki could lay on his back.
He just laid on the mat and just kept kicking Ali's legs.
I went to see that fight. It was 15 rounds of relatively boredom, but
definitely.
but Ali, three months later, he fought Ken Norton in Shea Stadium. So I mean, Ali did not cheat the boxing fans out of
And
anything.
he lost that fight, but they gave it to him.
This is the thing, y'all. Ali definitely did not get credit for his toughness. Ali was a tough guy.
Really? That's news to me. No,
I mean, shit. Goddamn. You see the beating he took from Frazier and the beating he took from George Foreman, man. George was putting hands on him now. I know he was doing the rope-a-dope and everything, but he took some. He took some to get where he had to go, man.
He took a beat from Kenny Norton in the first fight too.
Oh yeah.
Broke his
You watch him down against Sonny Liston when he's got the Monsell solution in his eye, and Sonny treats him like a freaking heavy bag. Ali was tough, man. And when Ali came back from his exile, Ali realized he had a jaw. He didn't have the footwork that he had, but he realized, I don't know, for the better or the worse, but Ali took his second part of his career, he took horrendous beatings, man. Oscar Bonavina, fucking Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Jerry Quarry. We can go on and on.
No, Oscar beat up his body. He really didn't beat up his face too much. And as far as Quarry didn't damage him too much. That was Frazier, that was Norton, and that was Foreman. Foreman and also Shavers. Shavers put a beating on him too.
Ernie Shavers pretty much had him out and didn't know.
Frazier and Ali shared the same hospital rooms. You imagine you beat a cat, y'all beat each other to death, and then they put you on the same hospital room.
They did the same thing with Gotti Ward.
I have Frazier
the same thing with Gotti Ward.
They did that with the two fighters. They take that for observation.
I can see me now because I talk shit. I whipped your ass, right?
Did somebody say they talk what? Did somebody say something? They talk what?
They talk shit.
We did that exact same thing, bro.
They took Gotti and Mickey Ward to the same hospital room.
Yeah.
That's just say. Yeah.
Those are two men that left their lives in the ring.
I was at all those fights. The Ward and Gotti fights, man. They were
man.
amazing in Atlantic City, man.
Oh yeah.
And
They
Gotti had a serious he had a serious following, man. Gotti did.
Oh yeah.
He was worshipped in
fan base
Atlantic
was-
City.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Great.
both of them should have retired from boxing after those fights because they had nothing left. They should have retired. And I don't care what anybody says. He didn't kill himself. That doesn't sound like him.
Oh,
Gotti.
Oh no.
I don't.
Oh no.
You
I
know,
never
how you
believed that.
tough guy like that gonna choke himself with his wife's purse? Stop
He's
it.
strangling her with the telephone cord.
You say,
it was
I mean,
some
come on, man.
foul
No.
business. It was foul. Allegedly, it was some foul business going on in that, man. You know, talking about he was into asphyxiations and all that crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
And I tell you who else I miss in boxing:
Yeah, crazy.
Johnny Tapia.
Oh,
Johnny
yeah.
Tapia, brother. Yeah, he was another great one. Yeah.
He was a beast, man.
Mm-hmm.
I could take it back further to see if y'all remember this name, Kid Akeem. Y'all remember Kid Akeem?
He died in the ring too.
Yeah, and he actually got deported. He got deported, and he died. Yeah, he died because once he had that championship fight with I can't remember the Latino brother's name he fought, but they both killed each other. Faroka, yeah, that was a killer fight. And then he couldn't fight as well as he used to. Then he started hustling. Then he got arrested and got deported. And he died young. He died.
Kid King, he had a nice right hand on him.
Oof, boy.
Yeah.
So many good fighters we lost.
Y'all got me with that one. I didn't hear that name before. Y'all got me on that one.
Kid Akeem?
Appreciate it.
That was in the 80s, man. Late 80s, around the time when Mark Two Shot Johnson was around.
Yeah.
It was Johnny Tapia, Mark Two Shot Johnson. Michael Carbajal was real big.
Time, man. Danny Guerrero was in that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wow.
Man, I mean, one thing about boxing, man, it's endless, man. You can talk about boxing forever, man, because it's always highlights of your life, man. You can remember what you were doing at that particular time. I'm gonna tell you, man, the lowest point of my life in boxing is when Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson, man. I'm gonna tell you, that day, man, I felt so damn bad, man. And at that point, I decided in my life never to invest emotionally with a fighter anymore. I love sport, but I don't get heavily emotional with fighters anymore, man. That took too much out of me. I ain't gonna lie, man. Mike was like our superhero, man.
I was hurt when Ray Leonard first retired, man. I ain't want to hit, man.
Remember that speech? He was like, "Yo, and the fight against this man will be the greatest fight ever." That will never happen.
He was dirty for doing that to Marvin. Don't tell the truth. He was dirty for doing. He made that man fly all the way to Baltimore. But why make him fly all the way from Boston to Baltimore to hear you say he's not going to fight him? You could have told him that over the phone.
Look. I'm gonna tell you that Ray was cooked up too. Ray was cooked up that night too.
Howard Cosell was
Allegedly.
Who's that? The Blade Barkley?
No, that's Kid Akeem. Always got a picture on my wall of him.
Yeah. Wow. You know you have an accent, brother. You know where you from?
You're from Jamaica, man.
Me?
Okay, that's the accent I heard when he first got on.
Manchester.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, most of my family's from Kingston, and Spanish Town.
Okay, I'm from Manchester. We've been on that land for a couple hundred years.
Yeah, man. That damn Sugar Ray, but he always came back. And then that Terry Norris fight. I felt bad for him in the Terry Norris fight, man.
That was bad. That was bad.
I think
he did. Yeah, and you know what fight scared me? What fight scared me? Because I knew him personally when Simon fought Vincent Pettyway. I just knew Simon was going to knock him out because Vincent don't have a chin. But when Simon was he was blind in one eye at the time when he fought him, and he
was
left his
punching
feet.
in the darkness.
And he left his feet to land, throw his left hook, and Vincent caught him with that. What he caught him with, a right hand or a left? He caught him,
Left
and
hook.
Simon went
Left
out
hook.
and was punching,
Left hook.
and he was punching in the
I was
air.
right there at ringside that night. Matter of fact, I watched
I
that
was-
fight with Greg Page that night.
I was scared for Simon, man. I was scared.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I was at that fight.
Simon hit him low, and the ref didn't call it.
Exactly.
And Petway got mad. That's how he got mad. Petway would never got mad, man. He probably would have knocked Petway out, but Petway got mad, man, because the ref didn't call that foul.
Yeah.
And man, he caught him with that damn left hook, man.
And he
Damn.
can punch. He can punch. He can't take a punch, but he damn sure can punch.
That was a devastating hook
Man,
right there.
He was punching that ghost, man. He was hitting that ghost. He landed down there, man, punching ghosts.
Yes, he was.
Jay, can I ask a question?
You can.
Yeah, what are you guys understanding of these combat moves? I'm just trying to get a read on it. Where you have all there's one coming up in Philly. I don't understand the concept.
Yeah.
I've never been to one.
I haven't watched it yet. I know DC.
It's team fighting.
It's team fighting.
I understand. I understand it because I've been watching it and I talked to Hasim Rockman Jr.
Can you explain it to me?
Okay, yeah. What they do is they go, boxers go into different states and they make up teams and they'll fight one 3-minute round, and it'll be followed by another couple of boxers from different teams fighting a 1 3-minute round. And at the end, they add up the scores, and the team that has the highest scores, you know, it's 1 minute. You either get knocked out or you get a decision, and it's real fast moving, and the fighters like it because they're getting paid. They're getting paid good money, and you know, it doesn't count on their records. It's like I said, it's a 1 round, and it's a lot of action. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
The only thing they said don't go on your record, but if you get KO, ain't nobody gonna invest in you.
No, exactly. You know? Curtis Harper looked good a while ago. I think he was with Texas. He was knocking out guys. Then he got knocked out. So all of a sudden,
so let me ask a question, Coach. How many people on each team?
There's a whole team.
And then
how many people on each team?
I think it's 15.
Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 15?
What if you're a slow starter and they making you fight in 1 round?
Right, but I'm saying how many people? We take a team, right? Say we have the Baltimore team and the Philly team. How many people on each team?
It's maybe about 15. There's females on it too.
Yeah,
12, 15.
Folks, I'm asking a simple question. I'm trying to understand. How many people on each team when they go to the show?
15. They say 15. They say 15.
15. I could find out for you if you want me to.
Oh,
but it's about 15. Yeah.
Oh my God! And everybody fight 1 round?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, but when you win that round, you come on and fight again because they fight a couple of times that night. It's not, they don't just have 1 round. They come on. I mean, you have to watch it a couple of times to understand it because the rules are kind of complicated and funky. But once you watch it, George, you'll get it. And it's a lot of excitement. You know, the fighters keep coming in. You see a lot of guys that you got 1 round to show your stuff, so you're not going to be.
It's a platform. It's a platform to steal prospects, man. Because we had one of our guys on it last year, and they said you got to train up. At the time, it was the Headbangers gym. All the fighters got to train there, but you're not the coaches.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Hell no. That's the rule. Well, you got to train at the Headbangers if we was in it last year. That shit was crazy.
It sounds confusing to me. Just like they have this thing called chess boxing, where you play chess, then you go box. It's not in America yet, but it is a real thing. It's chess. It's called chess boxing. Go ahead and Google it. Matter of fact, you don't have to Google it. You know, look up on YouTube. Just type in chess boxing. You sit there and you're like, okay,
YouTube
checkmate.
Boxing.
Time to go in the ring.
Boxing.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
they got wheelchair boxing too.
That I've seen before.
One of my buddies did it. Mike on Sports, he did it. He used to be on the Boxing Voice, but he has his own show now called Mike on Sports, and he's in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I challenged
fact,
the host. I actually challenged the host of the, the Boxer Voice to a fight years ago. But I said something about
Oh,
being
wait
in
a
a
minute.
wheelchair.
Are you that Troy? Are you that Troy
Yes,
Graham?
that's me.
I know you then, because I'm Jay Hardcore. I started around over that way.
Yeah,
And you
brother. You
used
know,
to
the
come
man, the
in
myth,
there,
the
you had
legend.
like you used to have an orange logo. Yeah, I remember you, man. You was a troll back then too, bro.
Nah, I mean, okay, listen, okay, before it gets out of hand, I just had an issue with how he talked to people. He was very disrespectful, and then he said he doesn't do his research. He didn't study the sport. So how you gonna talk to me about the sport and you don't study the sport? I don't want to hear that.
I remember when I seen your name last week, and I'm like, I wonder is that the same Troy from the Boxing Voice 5 years ago?
Yeah, look, I got a lot of respect for him as a podcaster, and I've said this to him to his face. But as far as boxing knowledge, no.
Yeah, because my
was
intro, I had an intro that started most people with the Roger Mayweather don't know shit about boxing. That was my intro. I had Dollar DiBiase make my intro for back then, and when I used to come on that show.
I it was a good pod show. Remember, that's how I met Troy at a Michael's 8th Avenue. They had a pod show. They used to come on every week. And it was a good pod
That was
show.
with Mike and Scott. That was with Mike and Scott.
That was a good show. Michael
Yes,
and
it was.
Avenue had good fights, man.
Yeah.
Had good fights.
Yes, it was. Yes, they did.
It was small, but yeah, real nice.
It was real
It was small, but
popular,
it was
man.
well known. It was
They
well known
used
because
to show the
YouTuber.
fights around the world, man. Especially on them army bases overseas.
Funny enough, that's how I met Marvin. That's actually how I met Marvin 20 plus years ago because he came on that show.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
And then he told me to get out his.
So yeah,
I'm sorry.
What you call me. Remember what you call me exposed them. The kid exposed them for being a snitch.
H Money.
H Money, yeah. That was crazy,
brother. I can tell you that
he put the boy paperwork out on the street and everything, and it was horrible.
This social media stuff is just ridiculous. I mean, I actually got to meet Marvin, so I know the human being he is, but I don't take. I just have fun with it. I have fun with it, man. I can't,
I only saw these on the website because
And tell you the truth, I'm not on social media anymore that much. Unless I'm here or doing my own podcast, I'm really not around anymore.
Yeah, you were popular on the Boxing Voice, Troy. I remember you were very popular on there.
That's because I used to shut him up.
Wow. Okay, well, listen there, fellas. It's 9:45. We definitely had a good time as usual.
That's my bedtime, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait to have my dinner. Hey, I tell you what. Let's have a Burning Desires last sayings. Start out with Bruce. Bruce, give us your last saying before you leave, my brother.
Hey man, Sunday nights I'm digging on this more and more as we're doing it, man. And this is the heart of boxing. Boxing it's a forever evolving thing, but if you don't know the history of boxing, man, like you said, Jaden, you don't know shit about boxing. And I'm learning more of it over here, man. I hope other people are too, bro. So thank you, man, and everybody that came in here from my room. I appreciate you cats coming in here, man. Peace and God bless.
All righty, Troy.
I'm thankful that let's just say that we're all men of a certain age, and we can come and have some good times and talk about boxing, and I appreciate that because not a lot of people know about Kid Akeem, but I got some people who know about him. And Brother Kenny.
Yes, sir.
Brother Kenny, hey man, I was just having fun with you, man. I got a lot of respect
man.
for what y'all do, brother. I have a lot of respect, but Marvin, my brother, man. I got a lot of respect for him. So I got a joke, yeah. I got a joke.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, all right, brother.
For
It's all
sure.
good, man. Hey, also, right? Also, right, Mr. Will, you still there?
Yes, sir.
He's
Yeah,
there.
you know what, man? Yeah, man. Deontay Wallace said he'd knock out Tyson.
And then he woke up.
He said he'll knock out Tyson.
And then he woke up.
Well, he always got a puncher's chance, so you never know, man.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
All right. George
saw that.
Hansen.
You saw that the last few fights. Yeah, he had a puncher's chance, but the problem is when that punch can't get there, then it's a problem.
He has a punching
is a
chance if
big
he can take a punch now.
Right.
All
Jay,
right.
now only thing I have to say, man, it's always good to discuss boxing, and hey, how they put it, I love boxing. It's always good on a Sunday to talk about the upcoming fights in the history of boxing, because one of the things we find, and I'm glad someone mentioned the history of boxing, is that a lot of these young people, I shouldn't say young, a lot of people talk about boxing, but they really don't study the history of boxing.
Of course.
We have young people running around saying, I'm not disparaging Floyd. I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan, but people say Floyd Mayweather, the greatest fighter of all times. And I'm like, my God, do you know about Henry Armstrong, Sugar Ray Robinson? These kids, if it doesn't happen on YouTube, pretty soon we're going to have a lot of YouTubers saying Jake Paul, the greatest cruiserweight or heavyweight of all time. It is sad. So I always encourage. First thing I do with kids I train, I give them books to read. And, so it's good we have people here who really are passionate about boxing and really study the history of boxing. So it's always a great discussion on a Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I met George Hansen about over 5 or 6 years ago, man. I came to Philadelphia. I was interviewing Hank Lundy at the time. And I met George Hansen at Marietta's gym, or what's that called?
Rec Center, Marion Anderson Rec in South Philly.
Exactly, and that's where I met George, man, and we've been kicked it off ever since then, man. So I appreciate you. You've always been the same person, man, and I appreciate you, brother, for sure. Brother Marvin McDowell.
Well, you know that saying, we know shit about boxing. I'll keep it like that. We know shit about boxing.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And I met Marvin one time, man. I came to his gym, and I've been kicking with. I've learned so much from this brother, man, and I appreciate you as well, Marvin, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Coach Kenny, what up?
Man, look.
What you got for me?
Boxing coaches is the oldest coaches in all sports, man. So we gotta just take our knowledge and keep spreading it to the youth. With that being said, love over hate.
That's right.
Love over hate. Mr. Will.
Well, thanks again for the opportunity to connect with you guys. I love talking boxing with you guys. You are the highlight of my weekend. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, man, that felt good. Goodness gracious, man. I look forward to it, man, because I know I'm going to learn something, man. And I tell you what, the worst thing in the world is having a boxing conversation with somebody that doesn't know boxing.
It is.
Oh, my goodness. The worst conversation you'll ever have.
Thank you for saying that.
30 and younger, man, they don't know shit about boxing.
No.
There's a ton of podcasters on here don't know nothing either.
I hate when I open up a conversation with a person I thought maybe knew boxing, and then after they say about 3 words, and I'm like, damn, I wish I never got in this conversation.
Real quick, y'all.
When I meet somebody, I put my hand out and I say, who's your favorite fighter? And right then and there, I know if it's going to be a friendship or a
Conor McGregor.
At least that's going to start a pretty decent debate anyway, you know?
Tyson Fury's the next Ali, right?
Yeah, really. That's the like,
that was Bob Arum that said.
No, not Ali, Allah.
That's blasphemy.
He can hold it.
It really is.
He holding it down though.
Yeah.
Holding it down is right. He ain't doing nothing. He's just holding it down.
I like him
Hold
though,
down.
man.
Yeah, I like him. He's
You
real active for his
you
size.
7 foot and move like a middleweight. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
like,
Come on, yeah. Come on.
Reckoning is right around the corner,
Take
my
it
brother.
too far.
We're gonna,
He's
we're
7
gonna
foot. I'm from Jamaica. He moves like a runaway goat.
but
yeah,
see, the
man.
thing of it is, right?
He
No
holding it
matter
down.
what,
Goats are
can't no
fast.
anybody beat him, man.
What is K leg so? His
Can't
leg
no
fit like
anybody
a
beat
letter
him though.
K. Huh?
Still
Can't no
undefeated.
anybody
Still
beat him.
undefeated.
I know a cruiserweight that almost beat him, but he had to lay on him to win. His name was Steve Cunningham. He laid on Steve Cunningham
Oh,
and took away his strength,
of
took away his
course.
That's it.
legs.
Hey, that was his strategy. Hey,
Yeah.
That was
that
lazy.
He
was his
almost,
You're
strategy.
7 foot. You're
hey,
gonna lay on the. It's lazy.
And the
It worked.
winner is
It worked.
I,
Yeah, but he did deck him though.
I,
That's second
I
round.
got one question. Was that a low blow? Was that a low blow in that Usyk's fight? Somebody tell me that.
No, it was
no,
not.
no,
It was on the belt
no.
line.
Yeah, that brother
Jay,
got
I
duped
watched it
on
over.
that one, man.
Jay, that wasn't a low blow.
Yeah,
That was a body shot.
I
The
agree.
ref, the ref,
I agree.
that was not a
every
low blow.
angle I watched it from, I had a different opinion of it. You watch it from one camera, it looked like a low blow. The next camera, it looked like a shot, a borderline. So I mean, I guess you had to either be there or feel it to understand if it was a
It
low
was
blow
a
or
great
not.
acting job.
Yeah,
It was
right.
great. Usyk deserved an
Right.
Oscar. And best supporting actor in the
Well,
drama.
he's gonna have to come clean in another couple of weeks, man, because that fight's right around the corner, and we're gonna have finally since Lennox Lewis, we're gonna have the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Don't be surprised if he
Maybe.
beats Fury.
He's not going to show up for that fight. But you know what, brothers? It's a daggone shame that we have a fight coming up in April and we didn't talk about the fight at all.
Yeah.
What
Haney
fight is
against
that?
Ryan.
We can always
Who?
come back next week, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
getting ready
we
to say
can.
that for next week.
What did it say?
That's
If the
all.
creek don't rise, then how's that say?
Yeah,
God
maybe
willing.
hopefully Tank will fight the winner.
I don't even see Haney versus Ryan as a fight, really.
He's going to knock Ryan out.
Nah.
He's going to
No,
TKO him.
no.
He's gonna
He's
beat
going to
him up.
TKO him.
With what?
He's gonna beat him up.
Now
I
he
can see a
might beat
beat
him up, but knocking him
I
out.
see a beat up.
Be just a
I
unanimous.
don't see a knockout. I don't see no
TKO.
knockout.
Me either.
TKO.
He might
TKO.
beat him
I
up and
can, I
force him
can,
I
to
don't
quit.
see
I
that
can
happening.
see, I can
He
see
might
him
force him to
catching him
quit.
with a hook and knocking him out.
Shit, Ryan can punch too.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
Ryan can do.
He
Punch.
just can't
Ryan
box.
will catch him with a hook, man.
But Ryan
And
can't.
he got a nice right hand on him too.
Nah, you're
Yeah,
absolutely
but
right.
Ryan can't box. Let's
Can't
make
box
that
his way out
perfectly
of a
clear.
paper bag.
Ryan is a
He
part-time
can't.
boxer. He makes more money outside the ring with his sponsors and everything else than he does
Yeah,
in the ring.
Well,
that's true.
well,
Yeah,
style make fights. We'll see what
got
happens.
a Gatorade endorsement, man.
Styles
Goodness
big
gracious,
fights.
man.
Hmm
Yeah, they do.
I don't know why, but I feel he's Oscar De La Hoya's son that he don't talk about, or his
Yeah,
something.
His
He looks too much
he's
like
his
him.
illegitimate son.
exactly. I'll go for that.
I'm
Possibility.
not really that excited about Haney, man.
Me either.
I
Tell
don't
us
think
why.
anybody
I'm
is.
interested. I'll be your Huckleberry. Tell us why.
I'm not
I'll
excited
tell
about
you
the
why,
Tank fight
because
either.
I saw a big flaw with him, with somebody that wasn't even a puncher, man. And that cat tapped him on the chin. He went back to the corner, man. I
Talking
said,
about
damn.
Linares.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lenard.
yeah,
Jorge
yeah,
Lenard. Yeah,
yeah. And he ain't no puncher, man.
not at
No,
all.
no.
And
You know he was tapping him on the chin the whole night. It
cleaned
wasn't
him up.
from that
Well,
Well,
one
he was
fight.
ready to
Turned it around.
I tell you, George got a better statement for what you got about that, George.
No, I mean,
I'm being
listen,
messy now, y'all.
I'm a Devin Haney fan. I mean, no
Fellas,
fight is perfect.
I'm
All I
gonna
can
sign
say-
off, but I'll see y'all next weekend. Y'all stay safe this week. And it's
All I
been a
can
pleasure
say is
always.
Haney continues to win. He beats everybody, so I'm a big Haney fan.
Okay, all right. I was just being messy anyway, because I know you're a
know.
Haney fan.
But listen, can I say this? I just want to see the fights get made Haney versus
Facts.
Tank,
Facts.
Shakur versus Haney. I just want to see these big fights get made.
Definitely.
That's all I want to see.
I think this Prime thing they're gonna put better fights on.
Right. I
I
just
hope
want to
so.
see these fights with these young fighters, these young champions. I just want to see them fight. That's it. Like we saw Ray Leonard versus Benitez, Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's all I want to see. I just want to see these young fighters fight each other.
That's right. Yeah, and I want to see them fight while they're in their prime.
Right. That's it.
Exactly.
I don't want to see them fight after somebody rolled over.
Yeah, but see the way things are going now, as long as they're popular, they'll make money for the rest of their life.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
All righty then.
Let the clock tick and see what we get. All right, I'll see y'all next week.
Have a good one. Have a great week.
All right.
Same bad time, same bad channel. I'll see y'all next Sunday, man.
All right.
Yes,
peace out.
Y'all take it easy. Peace out, man. Appreciate it, Lottie Dot, and everybody that showed up for another hardcore party. Another excellent show, man. I appreciate everybody that showed up. Thank you for the chat, man. Everybody in the chat that was holding us down, man. I thank you very much. Man, I just love this, man. When we do this, man, I learn stuff all the time, and I can't wait till next Sunday and we run it back again. Appreciate you, Troy. Good to reunite with you, my brother.
Yeah, brother. I have to step off for a moment, but thank you, man. It's a good show. Like I said, we men of a certain age and we could talk and have fun. Ain't nobody over here talking no nonsense. But you know me. I come over here and I add the comic relief, but it's all respectful.
I love it. Always. And we show them how to do it, man. We show them how to do it. We can have disagreements, and we don't have to talk about nobody's mama while we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But look, just real quick. The reason why I even challenge him in the ring, because even though I have a heart problem, I said I could go like, I think I said, we could do 2-minute rounds or whatever have you, and he laughed at me, but he's just so disrespectful, which is what I told him already in a private conversation. I don't really have anything against you. I'm not the type of man you're gonna keep calling XYZ all the time, and I'm not gonna say nothing to you. It's just not in my nature to take that,
Yeah. He gets real disrespectful, man. So
but
it is what it is, man. Well, we don't have that over here, so you ain't gotta worry about that.
No. We had a private conversation when he was making a comeback after the Deontay Wilder thing. He came on my podcast, Major Key Boxing with my brother Major Key. He was on there. He was cool,
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I talked to him maybe a month or 2 months ago. I don't have no gripes against him at all. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just told him that I wasn't for you kept constantly calling me out my name, man. I even did my research and found out where the gym was in New Jersey. I was going to go up there.
You were going to come for him, okay?
I was going to go up there, man. I was going to go by myself.
Wow.
That's the type of honest dude I was.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen here, man. Definitely a pleasure. I see you next Sunday. Hey, I want to come on your show next time you do one. Okay?
I tell you what, man. I could do a podcast because I don't want to oversec with Jill, so I could always do mine on a Friday or Saturday, and y'all can come over there and chill because I'll invite Kevin Kelly and some other people. We'll just chop it up with them. Andre Rozier.
Saturday's better for me because I don't do any shows on Saturdays.
Okay, good. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to talk to some of the cats I know to try and get them on. Kevin Kelly's always good, man, to talk to. He's great. Kelly's great, man. Yeah, so I'll talk to him, and I'll talk to, Brother Rozier. I haven't talked to him in a while. And, just some other people. I'll see if I get them on it. You could throw the same questions out to them.
All right, sound like a winner.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yes, you take it easy, brother. All righty, y'all. Another one is in the books. It's 10:01. I appreciate Lottie Dottie, everybody. And I tell you what, we're going to run it back first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock. Don't meet me there. Beat me there, man. Other than that, it's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News. And I'm out of here. How you turn this damn thing on? And I'm out.